Hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to the SQL training program. Today is a day 5 of our program. Okay, before we start with the today's concept, let's go and do a quick recap on what we discussed in the last session. So, we spoke about the foreign key constraint. A foreign key is a one table reference to the primary key of the another table. It's a way of doing data validations. To make an entry in a table and ensure that only valid data is entered for a particular column, we can cross check with the another table. So a foreign key is a one table reference the primary key of the another table, and only valid data is allowed to be inserted. That we were seen in our last session. Then we saw about the joins, like how with the help of the foreign key and primary key, how we can connect more than two tables. Okay, in that there is a one common field, on that you can provide the joins. Then we saw different option about why the insertion might fail, when it will fail, and how to fix those issue if the constraint is not getting applied. We also talk about the check constraint, where we don't reference another table to validate the data, but instead place constraint on the data in the same table. For example, we wanted to put a constraint on the age of the people who are enrolling into the school. Only the students who is greater than 50 years or equal to that age only allowed to be inserted in the table. Okay, then we want to make sure that the incorrect data is not going to be entered. We can use a check constraint for that. We don't reference any other table, but we simply check the data within the same table. Then we spoke about the different DQL commands, that is a data definition language commands. This command define the structure of the table. DQL commands are used to create, alter, drop, truncate, delete the structure of the table. For example, the create command is used to create a table. The alter command modifies the structure, like adding or deleting the columns, changing a column's data type, or adding the constraint. The drop command is deletes the table entirely, and the truncate command also removes all the data but keeps the table structure intact in your database. We also had a detailed discussion about what is the difference between the drop, truncate, and we have seen the difference also between them. If we are still confused in that, you please refer to our previous video recording for the more clarity. Now today we will more focus on the data query language commands. So data query language is about querying the data present in the tables. The main DQL command is the select command, which is used to retrieve the data from the tables. There are many options you can use with the select depending on exactly what you want to retrieve. Today we will focus on the basic select command using the distinct, order by, limit, offset. As a data analyst or the data scientist, most of the time they are retrieving the data from the database to analyze the data, to visualize the data, and to prepare the model for that. So how to retrieve the data? So select statement is one of the very important statement is used to retrieve the data. So what is a distinct method? So in the distinct methods, we are ensured that the unique data are going to be written. So I will just show you how we can do it. Let me share my script with you. So first we are going to create the table. Then I will insert the data into that, and then we'll see the distinct command in that. So let me first copy my SQL statement and try to execute in the PostgreSQL. Select it and I am running it. Now my query is written successfully. Let me confirm by providing the select statement. So structure of the table is created here. Now I'm going to insert the single insert. As I know, single insert means we are just inserting the one row in a one row. So let me copy my statement from here. So it inserted properly. Now let me do the bulk insert. The bulk insert means we are inserting more than one row in a one go. So here is a bulk insert. I'm trying to insert, but it's giving me the error. What's the error? It's saying that the gender which has the data type varchar has only the size of the file. And if I try to insert the female, if you count it characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's a 6 character which is beyond this limit. So for that, I'm going to show you how we can use the alter command which can modify your data type. We already seen the alter command in our previous session. I'm just revising these topics again. So just let me share my document here, and so let me share my document here, and I am taking the alter command from this and executing in the PostgreSQL. So with the help of this, what it exactly means, alter table employee and the alter column gender and how much data type you want to increase, you have to just mention here and execute the command. So it's done successfully. Now if I try to insert this, it's give the done insert data successfully. I just want to, so data is inserted here. Now we are going to see the select statement. So what exactly the select statement is do? So select statement is mainly useful to query your data, or you can say to retrieve your data. To select the data, we need to specify what to select and which table you are going to do. So here I said select. The first one is that what you want. So I said here first start and the from which table, so from the employee. So if I do it, it retrieve all the information from the data. Now I want to specify particular column. So I said location only I want to retrieve. I just want to see the employee which is from the which location. So for that, I just execute this query. So it's giving me the locations, like how many locations from where my employees are there. It's a name of the different locations from where the employees are there. But if you see here, there is the repetitive results. So to avoid the repetitive results and to get the unique location, I am using distinct clause. So if I run this query with the distinct clause, it retrieves me the unique locations. Like that, if I run same thing, now if I want to count the number of the location from where the different employees, so for that I am going to use the count clause. So count is the function which is used as in the select statement, and that is the aggregate functions. So here is the count, sum, average all are the aggregate function which you can use it with the select statement. So let me copy this count statement and try to execute in the PostgreSQL. So if you run this, so it will return me the number of the different location, but it's a distinct location. It is nothing, it not count the repetitive. So with that you can do it, you can count the number of the distinct location in your table. Now we are learning about our next clause is the order by. So let's go to the presentation again. and here is the our next one is the order by. So what is the order by? The order by clause exactly sort your fields in the ascending order or the descending orders. By default it is always doing in the ascending order. So we first start doing by the single field. So here is the first name, and I want to do it with the first name is the descending, and if I didn't provide descending keyword, it takes as the ascending, which is by default, so we don't need to mention about ascending order. So let's try to execute this command in our PostgreSQL. So we are going to learn about the order by clause. So what we do here, I'm just going to select first name, from which field and from where, so from employee table. Okay, and then you need to mention about the order by, which field you want to do, order by the first name, and it should be descending. So I'm just going to select it and execute it. So if you see here, is taking from the Z to A, this order. So if it is a descending, it's going to be take from the Z to A. And if I didn't mention any keyword here, and if I say order by, it takes it by the default ascending order. So it's going from to A to Z. This is for the, you can say this is for the characters. Now if I want to do for the salary, for the numeric value, so or for the age, it's okay. So let me try. So I will do same for the age also. You can see for the numeric value. So select age from employee. Okay, order by age. If I didn't mention, so it will take by default. So let me run this query. So if you see, it's going from lowest to highest in the ascending order. If I say descending order, it is going from the highest to lowest. So now this is done with the single field. If I want to do for the multiple fields, if I go back to my presentation and I will show you. So this is the single field. Now if I want to do the multiple fields, so how we can achieve with the multiple fields? So let me show you. So if here I do for the multiple fields, this is a single field. Now let me try for the multiple fields. Okay, so what you do, select first name, comma age from employee. Okay, order by, which order do you want to follow? You want to follow by the age, so you can say the order by age and the descending. So let's see what will be the result. So if you see here the result, see here it is following the descending order, that is from Z to the A. Okay, and here is also it's follow the from the highest to the lowest. So you get it here on the basis of the age, that is from the descending order. Okay, now if I want to give the multiple field instead of select statement, if I want to give into the order by statement, so what will be the results? Let's see. So I'm just taking this to one. Okay, and here I'm going to do salary, or I can say I will follow it here with the first name and the age. So what will be the result? Let's see. So you can see here result is changed now. You can see. So why the result it change? So the here what happen when you are ordering by the multiple fields, it is just taking, it just follow the age criteria. So here we are selecting the first name, age, and we are giving the order by first name and age. So by default for the first name it takes the ascending. If you are not providing also, it takes as the ascending. So if you select it and already run here, but I can run for you. So I run it here. So what happened? If you see, basically age is a descending, so it should be from the highest to lowest, but it is not happening here from highest to lowest, but it takes the first name as the priority, and what first name is given, it's ascending means it should be from A to Z. So it just follow this one and it gives the result for that. And then for the age, it just represents the corresponding value for the age. So when this age is important, when the second field order is important, so when there is the field, there is the row which has the same, you can say the names start with the same alphabet or which have the same age, that time it matters more. So let me show you one example of for that. If I take one, this is the age, there is the age only the difference, otherwise it's the same. So I'm just copying here and I'm inserting. My data is done successfully now, and let me run it. So if you see here, Dinah is the first name is same, but they have the age difference. So here it matters, this one descending means from highest to lowest, so it sorted out the data on the basis of descending order, and here it's a ascending order. So like that, this sorting out is helpful in the ascending and the descending manner. So just now we learned about the order by clause, which help us to sorting out data. Now we are going to learn about the limit clause. So we just go back to our presentation. So here it is the limit clause. So limit clause is mainly used to restrict the number of the rows returned by a query. It is particularly useful when you want to retrieve the data, or you can get a subset of the data from the large data sets. So this is the syntax for that. Select and whatever the number of columns you want to select, the name of the table from where you are going to do. Then if you want to apply some condition, you can apply it, and it limit the number of the rows returned from that set. So let's go back to our PG admin and I will show you how we can achieve that. So for example, if I want to retrieve the select first name from the, if I say select first name, last name from table employee. Okay, so right now how many you can see here, so it's a there is a 7 rows. If I say order by first name, so it's just do from A to Z. Now if I only want to see the 3 rows of the data set, so what I can do, I just say limit 3, so it just select the top 3 rows of that table. So you see here it's only top 3 rows of the, so it limits, it is not retrieving all the data, whatever you want, it just retrieve that much data. So it just retrieve the subset of that entire data. So that, like that way you can use the limit function. Now the next function is about the clause is about the offset. So what exactly offset? So we just want to go back to our presentation and I will show you what is the offset. So what offset is exactly do? So if we use a limit clause with the offset, it will help you to skip that rows. Okay, for example, if I say limit 3, so limit 3 means up to 3 rows is not showing, and it whatever the row if you are giving in the offset, if I say limit 3, if I say limit 3 and if I offset 3, so it shows the only 3 rows. It skip that 3 rows and it start from the 4, 5, 6. So let me show you practically. So we just go back to our PG admin tool again. Okay, here I already said select first name last name from employee and order by first name and limit 3. Here I just add one more clause, offset 3. So what exactly it do? First let me show you how it retrieve the data. So first, without limit function, if I say here, it return me the 7 rows. Now I said limit 3 means it just return me these 3 rows. But now again I said offset 3. Offset 3 means it skip the 3 rows from 0, 1, 2 like that. So it skip that 3 rows and it will just return 4, 5 and 6th row. So let me show you. Let me execute it. So if you see here, it just execute it and it just show the 4, 5, 6 rows here. So like that, the offset function also is, if I give here 4 and if I select it and try to execute it, so it's just give the 4th, it just skip. If you see here, so here is the offset 4. So if I said offset 4, so it just skip all these 4 rows and it just show Dinah 2 times and John. Okay, here I said limit 3, so it just show you the 3 records. So let me show you again. You see Dinah and the John. So like that, if you use limit and offset function together, it works like that. So we have learned about offset function also in the select statement. Now what we learn in this session, we just learn about the essential commands like select, which is very essential because any data analyst want to retrieve the data, and on that data it perform the different functions, or it build a predictive model also. So now today we learn about the main important language of the SQL. SQL is a select with the distinct order by limit and the offset clause. Now in the future we are going to learn about the CRUD operations, having group by and the aggregate functions. That is our in the next session. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like such video and if you want to see such more important videos in your near future, please subscribe to our channel.